Yo, what's up guys? Anti-Thesis is here with another Summer Swap video. And the point of the video today are farmable and obtainable monsters that are aligned for Trial of Ascension. I know that Trial of Ascension has reset about 24 hours ago. And for those new players, one is for you, this video is for you. Because Trial of Ascension is one of the target achievements by new and upcoming players. So I'm making a guide right here on helping you guys out on selecting monsters that would help you climb up and finish Trial of Ascension normal at least, without looking for those nat 5s. So yeah, the point is we want to discuss which farmable monsters would come in handy for finishing Trial of Ascension normal. Of course, there are nat 5s that make it a hell of a lot easier, but since we are not quite sure whether or not we would be able to get that, I wouldn't be adding them to the list. So I'll be listing down 8 monsters that I deem or that has been very beneficial for me on my early days on climbing up Trial of Ascension. And before I do, before I start naming monsters on my list, I'd like to say shout out to the people right here at channel 143 of the global server. What's up, y'all? Who is in here? Hey, made by me. What's up? Let's say hi. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hello, 143. Yeah. And we're experiencing some kind of delay. What's up? What's up, bro? Haha. All right. Oh, and before I forget, shout out to the Filipino guilds out there. Of course, my very own. I actually made a new guild, and it's right here. Let's go to the community. This is the name of our guild. I'm currently the guild master. His name is Sindicato, or the English translation is Syndicate. We have +6 rule. We prioritize highest HP bar, and don't be scared to hit strong defenses. That's my rule on my guild. I mean, it's better to have tried and lost than to have never tried at all. Yeah, just like when you're thinking whether or not you should speak with your high school crush or something, or approaching a woman. Yeah, I think that applies to those as well. Don't be scared. Just give it a try. If it fails, then it fails. Next. Yeah. All right. So that's that. All right. What's up, Mudman? I'm sorry I don't have a water golem. Let's check on. Do we have something for sale here? We can buy nothing. All right. Onward to the list. Onward to the list. All right. Let's go to our collection. Onward to my list. Yes. It's this guy right here. This guy is obtainable from Dark Day Secret Dungeons, and it's Jubel. Alright. Jubel is the Dark Vagabond, and it's quite helpful for Trial of Ascension normal because of taunts. I mean, it has an 80% provoke chance, and it's quite easy to max a skill, and it's quite tanky, to be honest. It can serve as a hybrid taunter, crowd control, and defense breaker. And if it's ruined well enough, this slush rocks actually hurt. It has some kick into it, and it can cause some decent damage, to be honest. And the beauty of Jubel is that whenever he is hit, the cooldown time for taunting strike goes down. So every time he is attacked, the cooldown time for taunting strike goes down. So most of the time, if Jubel is on max skill, you taunt. Let's say you want to kill a Chastoon in the lineup, then you taunt, and when you get hit by their first skill, you have already your taunting strike readily available on your next turn. That's why Jubel is one of the farmable SD monsters that I included in this list. All right, that's number 8. Number 7, of course, is it's readily given and it's already awakened right here. Where is that? Where is that? The Wind Griffin, Bernard. Bernard is very invaluable. It's one of the mostly used Nat 3s, and people on all ranks in their game or on all phases of their accounts, whether may you be a beginner or starting account or may you be at your end game, there's always a use for Bernard, and the same it can be said for Trial of Ascension. Body Slam is an invaluable skill, but Tailwind precedes that. The 30% attack bar boost plus the speed bonus, speed buff is just quite awesome for those trying out Trial of Ascension normal for the first time. 6-star Bernard, if you have the monsters and you're not planning or you don't have any Nat 5 to evolve into a 6-star, you can always opt into 6-star Bernard. All right, making and Bernard is actually a very nice tank for Trial of Ascension. All right, moving forward is Bernard's brother, Spectra. Spectra is farmable on Fire Day SDs, and the most invaluable skill here is this guy right here is a ToA hitter. Special assault deals damage proportional to enemies' max HP. So some people build Spectra with crit damage on slot 4, some don't. Some I prefer myself to build Spectra on a tankier side, so that I actually use Spectra on my ToA hard. That's why. All right. Next is a Belladion, of course. Why wouldn't Belladion be in this list? It's the Light Inugami. In my opinion, this is one. This is the best obtainable monster in the game. I mean, it's the best obtainable support monster. You get an attack, you get a defense break on skill 1. You get a single target beneficial effect remover, and you get a large heal with a 30% attack bar boost. Very invaluable for a Trial of Ascension. Up next is the farmer given to each and every one of us, and she's recently buffed. She is recently buffed. Lapis. I mean, take a look at here. The buff given to her last is the Blade Surge decreases the enemy's attack bar by 25% every hit. So Blade Surge has 3 hits. So that's like 75% attack bar reduction, and that's almost as good as Hua. That's almost as good as Hua. The same goes for second skill Magic Shot. This is her defense break, and yeah, Retrieve Magic. It also now absorbs 25% of the target's attack bar. It doesn't have a proc chance. So yeah, and this is AoE. That's why Lapis is quite usable now for Trial of Ascension normal, and even hard. If you don't have a Hua, build your Lapis, Violent Revenge, or Violent Focus, depending on what runes you have. Speed, crit damage, HP, or speed, crit damage, def, or if you want to build her as a hitter, speed, crit damage, attack. That's up to you and your current team composition. Alright, hold on a second. Up next, up next on the list, of course, is a fusible monster. Veramos, Veramos, yes indeed, Veramos. It's a Nat 5 fusible and it's invaluable for ToA normal. You get damage dots, I'd like to call it, damage over continuous damage effects, and you get an AoE stun. Plus, it's a cleanse, and every time he cleanses something, he heals. So a very nice tank. Most people build Veramos violent nemesis, speed HP. However, for early game Trial of Ascension normal, you can opt in for a swift energy, and he'll do just fine. All right, moving up on the list. This is dubbed as by some. This is dubbed by some to be a ToA cutie pie prince, and it's Mav. You get a 20% chance to stun on the first skill, a 75% chance provoke or taunt on the second skill, which heals himself. Heals himself for 1/4 of his HP, and a 75% chance on landing that provoke. Very invaluable, and unfortunately, there's just no SD for Mav, but except for events, yeah, I believe Mav was one of the event SDs before, if I'm not mistaken. So this is like an upgrade for your Jubel. And yes, this is the money skill for Mav. It removes one harmful effect on all allies, decreases the skill cooldown by 1 turn each. Plus, there is a speed buff. So if you can see, that's very beneficial if if you are opting in to use a crowd control team, which is the most basic type of ToA climbing team. Generally, it consists of crowd control monsters, and you kill monster with damage over time or continuous damages. Yeah, that's why Mav paired with Beretta, you get that turbulence skill to be on cooldown as soon as possible. You get to cast Phoenix more often. And speaking of Beretta, that's the #1 guy on my list right now. The Fire Sylph, Beretta. For ToA, Beretta is commonly ruined as Despair Energy or Despair Focus, as tanky as possible, because you get to kill monsters with damage over time or dots or continuous damages, debuffs, which Beretta places 2 for 3 turns. Yeah. And another invaluable skill for Beretta is the turbulence skill. It's attack bar manipulator. It reduces the attack bar to 0. So those targets that you need to crowd control don't get to move when they're already almost about to move. Beretta says, hey, no, stop. Go back. You gotta wait another full attack bar for your turn. Right. And the most common, for me, I do have an auto team for Trial of Ascension normal, which is capable of reaching up to the boss, and it's composed like this. Let's go to our normal. I'm still not done with hard. I ended up going on overtime at work in the field yesterday, so yeah. My Trial of Ascension normal auto team consists before of this. Where's my Vero? Where's my Veramos? What? Veramos. And yeah. My lineup was like this. No healer. And it still is capable of crowd controlling almost every floor with the runes that I have, although it takes time to get there. but it's not that fast because, well, AI, it can derp. It can really derp from time to time. So that's that. But it got replaced with this, or is that basalt when I got it, and that's about that's about that. That's what I was. That's what I have been using for ToA normal and auto it, and I do it during times wherein I'm working. I'm writing something for work, writing a document or something, and I just go on auto. Okay, let's go on trial ascension, auto it from floor 1 to 99, and just focus on the boss to make it work out. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I gave you some insights for an easily obtainable or a farmable fusible monsters which you can use for trial of ascension, especially if you are one of the if you're a new player who's trying to climb up for the first time. Those are the monsters which I would suggest for you to get to reach as far as possible without looking for that OP Nat 5 such as Virad or what else? What else is OP for Trial of Ascension apart from Virad? From the top of my head, really, Virad is the most dependable monster for making a 100% success rate ToA team. But if you don't have a Virad, then you go for the farmables and easily obtainables and fusibles, and those are the top 8 on my list. Of course, if you are in addition to those 8, if you are if you have enough crystals to farm and energies to burn, the homunculus would be these two would be great additions to those lineups. All right. All right. So I'll leave it at that. Again, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, and I'll see you on my next one. Anti-Thesis out. What's up?